Greetings, colleagues, and perhaps Ms. Diaz and Ms. O'Connor. I am Mr. Samuels, and if you're watching this, it's probably because you are at this pre-start of school PD, and I am not. For those of you who are new, I am the old one in the middle. I now have the proud distinction of being the oldest teacher in the school. Please don't remind me of that. Ms. Pacheco said to me last year, and it was really nice, you don't look a day over 68. And so hopefully I will maintain that youthful look. As currently planned, there's going to be 2 parts to my classes this year, and I'm supposed to be teaching grades 3, 4, and 5. The beginning of the year will focus on using our primary digital platforms optimally so that we get the most out of them. And after we finish that, and it depends on how many times I see the students per week, we will focus in my class on close reading to answer CRAs. The 3 digital platforms that will be the focus, the first 2 are learning platforms. Myon is a reading platform that we have innovated and used in great ways, and this year we got a free 6-month trial on ScootPad, which is an adaptive learning platform. It is similar to iReady, which means I'm turning off all of you, but it is more interesting to the scholars. It's gamified, like First in Math, and if we use it correctly, I think that it will be a nice complement to your classroom instruction. And in order to take some of the stress off of classroom teachers in getting students who may not know how to use these to the optimal degree, in the beginning of the year, I will first start with Myon, and I will give the benchmark test to measure Lexile. I will go through the basics of using Myon again, and if some kids haven't learned how to use the annotation tools, highlighting, I will do that, and then I will do the same thing with ScootPad. And finally, to the students who show that they're ready for it, I will use Google Classroom. And other teachers who want to use it, and I know Mr. Leone, who has forgotten more about technology than I know, used it last year, and of course Professor Johnson brought it into us, and we're grateful for that because it's very unique to have elementary schools using Google Classroom. And after we complete that, okay, I'm going to turn my focus to close reading to answer CRAs. And that's going to start with an introduction to it. And the concept is, again, if I can, within that 33 minutes that I have with the kids, show the kids how to closely read and search for the evidence that will help them closely read, then that gives the classroom teachers more time in trying to fit in teachers' college reading and writing in the course of one day to focus on longer forms of writing, essay writing, and what have you. And that's something we could talk about. So here's an example from the first lessons where I will teach students to first analyze the question and highlight it and annotate it, and they're doing it on Google Drive, but I'm also going to be doing it on hard copy first, and then they read the passage and highlight the 2 details and write their answer. And again, this is going to start with hard copy and only students that show proficiency in that. I'm also going to be teaching them how to do this on Myon, and there are videos on that. And finally, having them use RAD, and I inserted a sentence, a CRA frame into the first 10 to 15 CRAs that they'll be doing, with the hope that they will internalize it. After the introduction to CRAs, I will focus on texts that are based on civics to try to combine an understanding of that topic consistent with the hallmarks. I will not mention hallmarks again, and so give them some content with vocabulary in short types of text so that they could finish it in one day, and every one will end with a CRA. And again, you see that I have a frame for each lesson, and hopefully that will help. So that's it, and we could talk about it, and I hope you hung in here to the end. This was very long.